Hello everybody and welcome back to another trip report. Today I'm here at Sydney Kingsford Smith International Airport. I've just arrived from New Caledonia. I'm at Terminal 1 and today I'm going to be flying Qantas on board a Boeing 737 from here in Sydney back home to Melbourne in Victoria. Okay, so just gone through immigration. Our plane was delayed a little bit, so cutting it a bit tight. So now just going to head down here to the Qantas domestic transfer or train. I don't think since I have a boarding pass, since I don't have a boarding pass for the Qantas flight, I think I have to go via train. So it turns out when you happen to come from a Qantas international flight, you can still use this to get to the domestic terminal. So checked in and got my boarding pass. Now let's go through security and to the bus. Security completed, now just waiting for the bus. Okay, so now I'm going to go and have a look at our aircraft and then hop into the lounge for about half an hour. My plane for today is just here at gate 6. This is Victor Hotel, Victor Zulu Juliet or VH-VZJ. It's a 2011 built Boeing 737-838. It was delivered brand new to Jet Connect, a subsidiary of Qantas, and then transferred to Qantas in 2018. This aircraft's wearing the silver livery, which is Qantas' latest livery. Now let's check out the Qantas Club Sydney, if it's open, otherwise we'll have to use the business lounge, which isn't such a bad thing. Okay, so thanks to my granddad's Sapphire status, I'm able to get into the Qantas Club here in Sydney. So there's heaps and heaps of seating. It's an absolutely massive lounge. Let's go and have a look at some of the food. So we have some bread with some salad looking stuff inside, just some regular bread, some pastries, potatoes, some cheese, tomato, lettuce, that kind of stuff, pineapple, some apples, toasters, soup, carrots chopped up, other stuff to go with that, corn chips, some dips, and other stuff like that. Some bread again, and finally some nice looking chocolate cake that looks quite nice. Some juices here, barista coffee and a chai latte, which I haven't had for a whole week. And there's also more juice here. Overall, I think it's a very nice selection here in the Qantas Club Sydney. It's nothing crazy, but none of the domestic lounges here in Australia have anything crazy. So it's pretty good as far as it's almost as good as it gets, I would say. Chai latte acquired, now I really got to go because I'm a little bit late after getting this. Now time to board.
Thank you very much. Just the rear stairs for me, please.
Thank you. He told us to go down the rear stairs, but unless I'm blind, I don't know where the rear stairs are. I can see rear stairs, but I don't know how to get there.
Hey, how are you today?
I'm good, thanks, how are you?
Excellent.
Welcome aboard the Qantas 737. There's 12 seats in business class in a 2-2 layout. And then in economy class, it's in a 3-3 layout with 162 seats.
The hall for takeoff and landing. Flying with First Officer Chris Black. Once you're all seated, just make sure that your seatbelts are securely fastened. Seat back is upright. Your tray table stowed and window shades are all open. As always, smoking, vaping and use of e-cigarettes are also prohibited on our aircraft. Flight time somewhere around 60 minutes, and once airborne, I'm sure the flight crew will certainly give you further flight information. Please just make sure that laptop computers, all those other large devices, they just remain stowed away until after our departure as well, and just refrain from doing any charging, and you can do that once we're airborne as well.
Welcome aboard the Qantas Boeing 737-800.
Thanks, Captain. The final aircraft door has just been closed. And just once again, everybody, do ensure that mobile phones, electronic devices, they are set to flight mode at this time. And just make sure that your seatbelts are also securely fastened. Thank you.
So now that I'm on board with my seatbelt fastened, let's go through the seat features of the Qantas 737 seat 21A. Okay, so first up, the legroom is 30 inches or 76 centimetres, which is very average, and other than Jetstar, it's as low as it gets on this route, so not ideal, but it's okay for a 1-hour flight. It's very quiet, which is awkward. And then in the seat back pocket here, it's pretty big, and there's a safety card as well as a seat bag and magazine. The tray table can be folded down like so. Pull it back, push it in, and there's also a few crumbs here, and a little cup slot.
From there, cabin lights will be dimmed, and you will find a personal read light in the panel just above you.
There's a USB port just here. IFE, which not all Qantas 737s have. I don't think they all have USB ports there either. Some of them have them down there. But yeah, so this aircraft sometimes operates short international flights. So yeah, so it does have an IFE. We'll check that out a bit later. IFE controls there.
Welcome to Longreach, the home of Qantas. Give us your attention for the next few minutes to make your journey a safe one, as we take a journey through 100 years of innovation and Australian spirit.
This here's a number 504 biplane, made from timber and canvas. You're flying on a Qantas Boeing 737. Sounds a bit flashier than this, old girl.
In the 1930s, Qantas are world leaders in aviation innovation, with fully enclosed cabins and even seatbelts. Fasten your seatbelt by inserting the clasp into the buckle and tighten by pulling the strap. You can undo your seatbelt by lifting the flap. Keep it done up low and tight during takeoff, landing, and whenever the seatbelt sign is on. That includes infants and children. While seated at other times, we recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened.
Welcome to Australia's first international airport, right here on Sydney Harbour. Our life jackets look like this. Yours are a little more modern. You'll find one under your seat, next to it, or in the leg rest. Remove your life jacket from the pouch by pulling the tab. Put it over your head, pass the strap around your waist. Fit your own mask first and then help others.
In the unlikely event of an emergency, you should be familiar with the brace position appropriate to your seat. If you can reach the seat in front, brace by placing your forehead on the back of the seat, hold your lower legs, or put your hands on your knees. If you're seated behind a bulkhead or you can't reach the seat in front, lean as far forward as you can and hold on to your lower legs.
Welcome to the 1960s, when cabin crew point them out. It might be behind you. To remember your nearest exit, count the number of rows between you and that exit. Lights will guide you to your exits. Your crew members are pointing them out now.
Welcome to the 1970s until you're back on the ground. This includes e-cigarettes, whatever they are.
There was a Qantas employee, Jack Grant, who invented the very first inflatable escape slide raft. Your aircraft today is fitted with escape slides and life rafts, which the crew will operate in an emergency.
If you've missed anything, it's on your safety card, also in your seat pocket.
Your crew are here to help, so please follow their instructions at all times.
showing respect to each other and our crew.
Thank you for your loyalty.
Thank you for your support.
And thank you for your attention. Have a great flight.
I'd also like to note I didn't quite finish the seat features. There's a headrest here, which is very soft and adjustable. It's a bit stiff there. There's a solid amount of seat padding. Just down there, you also have a universal power outlet to share in between every two seats. The seat's also quite dirty, so the window is also quite dirty, so I do apologise if you can't see very well. Okay, so just here, almost at cruising altitude, I think. The cabin crew have just come around to serve us our refreshment service. So you have some cheese and crackers, which is classic, but basically the smallest thing you can get on Qantas. I was kind of hoping for something a little more, but that'll do. And then you have the option of alcoholic beverages, beer, wine, those kind of things. Soft drinks, and I think, I'm not sure that they have juice at this time of day, unless, I just heard someone ask for tea, and I think they're not really meant to be giving it out, but they still have it, so yeah. But yeah, and then a water came along with it as well, so I got sparkling water, and cheese and crackers. All in all, for a short 1 hour flight down to Melbourne with Qantas, I would say this is the minimum I would expect from a premium full-service airline like Qantas. Rex do serve more than this, Rex actually don't do soft drinks, I don't think, even in the evening, but they still have more food than this, so, a bit similar, but it's, not particularly impressive refreshment service from Qantas, but it'll do. In case you're wondering, we are flying from, oh, that said Sydney to Sydney earlier, they fixed that. So, yeah. So far it's been pretty smooth since we got up here. Now up here at our cruising altitude of 34,000 feet. Just finished my cheese and crackers, they're fine as usual. Anyways, I think now is a good time to go through the in-flight entertainment here on board Qantas. I remember these things being incredibly irresponsive. If we press on movies about 15 times, then you'll get to this. Okay, so after 3 tries, I've managed to get the movies up. I think once you actually get onto a movie, it'll be good, because hopefully it'll be a bit more responsive. But yeah, oh, there's about, I'd say, 15 to 20 movies, which this aircraft does operate pretty long flights, so internationally it's not heaps. There's TV. There's a whole lot of TV series too. Oh gosh, this thing is really irresponsive. Cabin crew coming around to collect rubbish already. The whole experience here on Qantas, it's good, but it's really rushed. Like everyone's trying to do everything very quickly. Like the rolling takeoff was good, well executed, but it was, I think, unnecessarily. Just trying to see a few more movies here. Yeah, so they do only have about 15 movies. I feel like they used to have more, but I'm pretty sure you can get entertainment on your phone via the app as well. And there is in-flight Wi-Fi, which I don't really have time to show you, but it is, it's a lot slower than what I normally get on Qantas. It's really, really slow. However, it does work nonetheless. But it's not always that slow, so, yeah. And then finally, let's just have a look at, I don't know, we'll look at the information, but then I'm done because this screen is not very pleasant. So yeah, here's a whole bunch of information if you can manage to get to it. So yeah. Anyways, I'd say the entertainment screen is, to be quite frank, bad because it's really irresponsive, and also there's barely any movies. For a 1 hour flight, it's fine because you don't really need it. You basically just take off and land, and there's Wi-Fi, so it's okay. But for an international flight to say Bali, I don't think that would do very well since there is no Wi-Fi. There is no Wi-Fi on international flights, that is. Okay, so just on top of descent, probably going to descend shortly, here from 34,000 feet, the cabin crew just came around and handed out more wine and cookies, and she saw that I looked happy when I got cookies, and she had leftovers, so I now have many cookies, about 10 more packets of cookies, so that's very much appreciated and a great gesture from the crew. I thank them very much for that. It's so nice. Just a very nice thing. They could have just thrown it out or kept it for themselves, but they gave it to me, so that's amazing. So great job, Qantas. And I don't know what her name was, but that crew was really good. They're coming around handing out even more cookies now. So yeah, great service here on board Qantas. Makes up for the cheese and crackers. Very good cookies. Also now started our descent into Melbourne.
They are comfortably fastened. Seat back is upright, tray table stowed, window shades all open. Did see a couple of you on your laptop computers. Please make sure those and any other large device is stowed away, and just remove all USB chargers and plugs from the seat back in front at this time. And for you folk at rows 1, 13 and 14, if you do get any bags down during the flight, please make sure that all your bottles are placed back in your overhead lockers before landing. So everybody captain has just turned our seatbelts on planning for customs and cabin crew. Must remain seatbelts comfortably fastened. Thank you.
Now just going through the almost non-existent clouds, which you don't see here in Melbourne very often. Last time I left here there was ice on the wind. That was only 5 days ago. Also I forgot to mention they handed out headphones at the start of the flight for this. Not very useful though for me, but it's still nice that they do that. And the headphone jack, and there's controls here. Should be landing in about 7 minutes. Time for our approach into Melbourne Tullamarine International Airport. Approaching from the north. Welcome to Melbourne.
Welcome to Melbourne, everybody. Qantas would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the lands and waterways on which we live, work and fly. We'd also like to pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging. The local time is approaching 22 minutes to 6. Just make sure that you do remain seated though, just until the captain has turned that seatbelt sign off. If your phones are handy,
We've landed almost half an hour early.
Do take care when you open the overhead lockers as well, and just be sure to check your seat and seat pocket for any personal items. We'll be disembarking through the forward left-hand door, and a possibility we might be using the rear door. If we do use the rear door, hand to the handrails as you walk down the tarmac. And if you don't feel comfortable using steps, please don't come forward and use the error bridge. If you have any bags to collect, they will be available on carousel number 4. A number of you also
As I said earlier, I think the pilots are in a little bit of a rush. They're going very fast.
Have a very Merry Christmas. I look forward to seeing you again soon.
disarm doors and cross-check.
Now time to disembark. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, enjoy those.
Oh, well, thank you. Okay, so welcome to Melbourne. Bye, thank you. It's much cooler in here. Okay, so let's go get a view of the plane and then conclude today's video. Okay, so now about time to start concluding today's trip report. Our journey started off at the international terminal where I walked over to the Qantas domestic transfer and that was, the staff there were very nice and they let us use it to take the bus to the domestic terminal. In the end, probably didn't save heaps of time, but good experience nonetheless. And then the bus was fine. It took a minute, but it's okay. No complaints there, but it's nothing special. And then when we got to the airport, it was quite rushed. So I do apologise if that had any effect on the video, because all my batteries and stuff were low on charge from the previous flight. So yeah, a bit chaotic. But I was able to spend about 10 to 20 minutes, probably 20 minutes in the lounge. So that was very nice, and just enjoyed my chai latte again and a little snack. So yeah, that was nice. And then boarding was, it was all very quick. The whole experience was quick, and then about 5 minutes after I boarded, we were already pushing back for the runway. So yeah, that'll, I swear, basically I feel like when we pushed back, it was less than 10 minutes later when we were actually at the runway and taking off. So yeah, it's, look, I know it's probably safe, but the pilots, they were going really quite fast on the taxiway, and that rolling takeoff, you could easily tell if you've flown much at all. Then I would think that you'd be able to tell. I certainly could tell that he was rushing that takeoff very much. And the taxiing on the ground here in Melbourne was also very, very quick. Anyways, once we're in there, by the way, the seat features are very average. They would have been made better if there was good entertainment on the television. But yeah, the television, sorry, the IFE was really very underwhelming and pretty disappointing. Making the seat probably, I reckon that both Rex and Virgin have a better seat on this route, and if you can somehow get a Qantas A330, I'd go for that. But the onboard service, cheese and crackers, first impressions it wasn't great, but then the crew started coming around collecting rubbish, giving more drinks and cookies and stuff for the whole flight, and the crew were absolutely amazing on that flight. So yeah, overall the onboard experience is the only thing that probably could have made it better in terms of the refreshment service would have been if there was, other than the cheese and crackers, there was just like a panini or something like that. So yeah, but otherwise it was really pretty solid on board, and I did enjoy my experience a lot today on Qantas. What I do not enjoy though is the online experience. I've spoken about it many times, I'm sure you've seen it on the news too, so I'm not going to explain that in today's video. But yeah, anyways, my conclusion would have to be that Qantas is certainly a solid option on this route, and if you get really nice crew, nice service and an A330, then it is definitely the best option on this route. You don't always get crew, nor do you always get that much food. So I would still say that both Rex and Virgin make a much better option. Rex do this route for about 89 something like that, and Virgin do it for about a similar price. Jetstar's about $20 cheaper normally, but that doesn't include baggage, nor does the Virgin fare. But even still, once you've added everything, Qantas is always at least $30 more, often more. In fact, in this case, when I booked this, the cheapest flight I could find with Qantas was $199, and that was just the base price at the time. They have lowered it back down to $149 now, but it's pretty crazy. So yeah, I still think Rex and Virgin are better options. Rex if you don't have velocity status. If you have velocity status or you're trying to get it, then I would go Virgin. But, you know, if you have one world status and it just works out better for you, then I think Qantas is certainly okay and can be pretty good of an option on this route. So, yeah. By the way, they are doing some renovations here at Terminal 1, so I'm excited to see what that's like. I've already got the chocolate box here, which is new, and sushi. So, yeah. Anyways, I'd like to thank you all for watching today's video. A like and subscription if you enjoyed would be very much appreciated, but not expected nor necessary. Check out my community tab for information on upload schedules, and also just interesting polls and announcements and stuff I do put on there. Check out my website aviation763.com for information on upcoming flights and easier navigation to certain airlines' trip reports. Check out my Instagram, which is at aviation763_ if you would like somewhat live stories and stuff and posts and stuff which you might want to check out there. So yeah. Anyways, I'd like to thank you all for watching today's video. By now it would already have been Christmas, but it's Christmas in 6 days for me. So yeah, have a Merry Christmas, a great day, and Happy New Year, and I hope to see you in my next video.
Welcome to Melbourne, everybody. Qantas would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the lands and waterways of